Hi, I'm in Barnes& and Noble. I don't know if you can see me that well, but I mean, the way the sun is just reflecting off of some glass or something. So it's not on my face, but it's just giving me a different kind of picture. But anyway, this is Pierre Deer, and we're on a extra witness tape. I haven't gave one in a while. I gave one yesterday because I wanted to express something that I didn't want to forget about. So I did it while, I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I wanted to do that video because usually the videos I write down, I do everything like in order because so everything will get done. And the one that I'm doing now is the one that I planned, the one I'm doing right now. And the other one, if I didn't do it like right away, I knew that it wasn't going to be done because it was just something really short and really fast. And I'm glad I gave it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was just about, how God thinks about, if God were to come to you and say, what did you do with your life? And that's the one that one's on. But I now have to get into like where I'm at and the things that I'm doing as far as the ex-Jehovah Witness is concerned. And it's pretty awesome how everything that I organized and how everything I got as far as information is concerned now. And how I'm going to explain it is going to be like the way I see it. And what I came up with is a third party. I know the origins of the third party. When I say third party, I mean like the governing body and the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. But I have to say third party because they're run by something, okay? And I just want to say something for now because it's really, really, really big, okay? And it's something untangible right now. I'm glad that everybody's doing their part, but I also see the picture of how everybody, as far as ex-Jehovah Witnesses and the people um, who have came to my channel and the way that they see things and the things that they are doing. So I just want to show you the picture of how I see it. So you have the third party, which I explained to you what the third party is. But I also have to explain that, like the Jehovah Witnesses and the ex-Jehovah Witnesses are run by the third party. I'm not saying, just wait, I'm not saying that we're run by a third party, the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, but I'm just showing you the picture because we stem from the Jehovah Witnesses, and the Jehovah Witnesses are like run by the third party. Now, how do they do this? It's just that everybody has like needs. And like I said, this is really deep, and it gets deep, but it can go deep because it has to go deep. But the third party knows about how deep it is. So, we have on one side of the third party, we have the Jehovah Witnesses. And of course, I grew up as a Jehovah Witness. And on that side, it's run by really like a need that everybody has to have. And because I know a lot of people already know that there is something that is not common knowledge as far as how certain things can affect human beings or affect people themselves in their minds and things like that. So certain things that are not studied or known can be used against people like the Jehovah Witnesses, for example. So, like, I grew up as a Jehovah Witness, and I want to say that, of course, I can see how I was affected and how my family is affected as far as being a Jehovah Witness. Unlucky. So, but the thing about it is there's a lot that, as far as Jehovah Witnesses are concerned, that people, that they don't understand about themselves. There's a lot of things that people don't understand about themselves, but we have third parties which understand a lot more than the people that they pretty much control as far as Jehovah Witnesses are concerned. So, and then you have people with needs. Well, there's a need to understand something, to have feelings about where life has come from, or how to worship God or whatever. And a lot of people take advantage of that, and they use that to gain power. So that's what I want to say as far as Jehovah Witnesses are concerned, which are controlled, and we already know all of that. So what can we do as ex-Jehovah Witnesses? Well, they're like the special bunch because they see the third party, and they know that there's nothing there, and they also see the other side, which is Jehovah Witnesses, and they see what's happening. I'm sorry. So what do? So they pretty much try and figure out a way to stop what's happening, or they try and figure out a way to, first of all, the first thing they have to do is they have to figure out how to help themselves, how to survive without, if I say without assistance, but I can't say that. So I have to say this, okay? So when leaving the Jehovah Witnesses, okay, or leaving that party, I can say, the third party, let me see, there's something in here. So what happens is the third party rules everything, and the third party makes it so that if someone leaves, they set it up so that the Jehovah Witnesses cannot, I'm going to say the first party, and I'll call us the second party, okay, yeah, I'll call them the first party, us the second party, and then the third party is the thing that rules. So they have to protect their second party or the third party. So they set up things so that the second party pretty much suffers or has problems. And I would have to say that it's thought out very well because of the way it works, okay? Like, for instance, one of the things that happens is that although the second party, which is the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, are the victims of the third party, they make it, when they leave, as if they are not victims, okay? So, as if they are, as if the second party, which is Jehovah's Witnesses, are the victims of the second party, okay? Because I remember when they used to call the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses evil slave class, okay? Which is really very, very much more derogatory. And of course they had to change that. So, but the thing about it is that the ex-Jehovah Witnesses are actually the victims. I'm not saying a type of victim that says, oh, I'm a victim and they did this to me and they did that to me. I'm just saying that they're the victims. Although the second party is the first party, which are Jehovah Witnesses, are also victims. They don't realize anything that's going on. The second party, which are the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, realize that there's a third party and that they are the victims. But the problem with the second party is the fact that they have everything on their shoulders because they want to help the second party. At times they're involved with the second party and they want to overthrow the third party. And not just that, but they also have to survive leaving their life support in many ways, which is located in the first party. Okay, if you understand. So they have too many things to accomplish as far as the ex-Jehovah Witnesses are concerned, which is the second party. Now, the power of the third party is the fact that the first party doesn't know anything at all, and they're out of reach. So it's pretty much, and the first party has trust in the third party, unconditional trust in the third party, which is a very big deal. So like I said, which leaves the second party, the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, in a point to where they have too many things on their shoulder because they have to take care of themselves. They have to expose the third party, and they have family, I can just say family or connections to the first party, which are the Jehovah Witnesses. So if you see the picture, I think it's more like, I can see it like in a triangle with the third party at the top. This first party, which is important, and that's another thing. The first party is the treasure of the third party, because without keeping the first party blinded, they have nothing, so everything falls apart. So, like I said, there's like a triangle, and then on the other side of the triangle, it's like a triangle. It has nothing to do with a triangle though. I'm just showing you as far as the picture is concerned. So you have like, at the top, you have like, like the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and I would add in the governing body, okay? That's just a show, okay, for the third party, because it's really just one third party that controls everything, but they have to show the first party that it's some kind of beautiful thing from God or whatever. So you have the first party, which is controlled totally by the third party. And like I'm saying, the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, which is the second party, are like outcasts. They're outcasts of the first party, and because of the instructions of the third party. So in the second party, it leaves the second party with no connection to the third party at all. So the only connection we have to help anything or to help anyone in the first party, that's the only connection we have to the third party. Okay. So why is it like that? It's like that because the third party needs and lives off of and flourishes from the first party. But what is it run by? Why is the first party there? Is because there's things that people, that the system or everybody doesn't really understand. It would be so hard to comprehend because it's so great. I mean, because it's things that are not studied, things that are not used nowadays. And that's the reason why they're held captive like. So what are the things that the second party can do as far as, so I would say it's more like this and then like this and then like this, okay? Because, at the top the third party, then the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, and then the Jehovah Witnesses, and then stem from the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, from the Jehovah Witnesses to ex-Jehovah Witnesses. And that in itself also is a power because they don't make, there's no connection for the ex-Jehovah Witnesses to the third party whatsoever. The only connection to the third party, as far as the ex-Jehovah Witness is concerned, is the first party, which is the most powerful party, but their power is not recognized at all. The power is only recognized by the third party. So this is how I can start this thing. However, the third power, the second party, or the second party, which is the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, they work individually, okay? And they also the strength of it is just that they see everything that they could not see as far as being a Jehovah Witness. When they were Jehovah Witness, they couldn't see anything. But when they leave the second party, when they leave the first party, they recognize and they can see the third party and the first party. Okay. And why is that important? Well, if they didn't have that power of seeing both and seeing what's going on, they would never have anything like a YouTube. Like, for instance, the way that things are done on YouTube. Excuse me. It's awesome. I mean, if it wasn't for that strength that they have, it's still a very big strength. Also, because it's a strength because they're able to see things that are taken for granted by everybody else. Okay, like not being able to think this, not being able to think that, is an extra power that normal people wouldn't have, because they're protected and they don't have to worry about that. But as far as the ex-Jehovah Witness, they would have to. A lot of them don't. I'm almost sure a lot of them don't make it. But because of the fact they have went through something, they're able to see that we all as human beings have something that is of value, like what we believe in, what we want to do, planning our future, planning the things that we want to plan, changing things, okay? But it's worked individually, okay? I mean, I believe, okay, this is what I believe. I know that God helps everybody, and I know that He helps the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. The nicest thing is that helps out a lot. It's like when people who become like important, like it could be in politics, it could be in entertainment or whatever, and they're able to do things that it's harder to do individually without any power of, because it's the power of the system of where we as human beings are. Like for instance, like how can I say Venus or Serena or whatever her name is. Things like that. Like she could have been a very good asset to the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, but she denied that, and I don't know for what reasons, but that would have been a good help, okay? Somebody like Michael Jackson, he helped out a lot, but he didn't he didn't do anything to help the people of the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. So that's something that, which he did very well, because he denied them, but still and yet he had the power to expose the third power, the third party, okay? But he didn't, he chose not to. So there's something there that is seen when someone becomes prominent or someone becomes powerful enough to expose. So what I'm saying is that, so there's some kind of power there, because when someone who becomes famous or prominent, and I've seen it so many times, and they're against it in the beginning, and then when they become a prominence or become famous, they realize there's something there that they cannot handle, or they're afraid of, or something. So that's a number one problem as far as the ex-Jehovah Witnesses, because there's so many people who see and who become prominent, and they see exactly who the third party are, who the third party is, and they don't do anything. So the only thing I'm saying is that the third party has some kind of power over so many things, So it would be like, for example, like say if things work, if I become prominent, or I become, like prominent or powerful or something. Then I would have to make a decision: is my power more, or can I keep my word and do what I would do would I do, this is just a scenario, would I do what I would have done if I didn't have power or prominence? So I'm just saying that something like that is needed. It's just something like that is needed because we all live on earth together and we all work together, and one person cannot do just everything. You can't do whatever you want because there's other people in the world that you have to respect, that you have to understand, that you have to work with, you know. So the only thing I'm saying is that as individuals, the best thing to do is continue to do your best. But those ex-Jehovah Witnesses that become a prominence, and there's a lot of them, the question is, why do they hold back once they find out the truth about who is behind the clouding of people's minds? But I can see from my friends that the work that they do is that they're finding out information, and some countries are not fighting but are not afraid of certain things. But you can see even the countries have a very hard time to deal with this problem because it's done so well. So this is all I'm going to say. So now this video is to show that I want to tell you that I'm still into what I always have been planning. And I know some people think, like I've talked to some friends and they say, well, we're glad that you still do that you're still interested in ex-Jehovah Witness cause, and I'm happy too that I keep up with it, and I don't forget it, and I know I won't forget it because I know it's very important to me. And this is as far as I got right now to show you that I have a structure of how things are working, and from there I just keep working, you know what I mean? So this is to let you know the position I'm in and how I'm still working on my Jehovah Witness case, my ex-Jehovah Witness case, and Jehovah Witness case, because you have to help them if you can to get them out of their blindness. Okay, that's it for now. That one was really difficult, but I always hope and pray. Let me see how far. Okay, I always hope and pray that the videos that I do, that people understand and see that I'm still Pierre Dur from the beginning when I started these tapes to now. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you later. Bye bye.